And by the way, Scott Witter is a veteran as well. Scott Witter is a veteran as well, and as far as I know.
My fucking audio.
Running a business can feel like climbing a mountain. It's actually a volcano. But Xero accounting software can help keep your business finances running smoothly. Soon, climbing up that mountain will feel more like riding down one on a really cool bike that can time travel.
To get ready for making tax digital VAT returns, search Xero with an X.
There, call.
The gnashing of teeth.
SJ's on fire today. What are you smoking? I want to smoke.
I think he's drowning. He's drowning. When you drink, you're drowning. You're not really on fire.
Well, hang on. What happened? The thing is, Harry, hilarious. The thing is, the problem is I'm Jewish, and when I speak as the in other words, it is falsehood, and I'm sorry for that.
I think they're putting laughing gas in the vodka. I think we're now discovering.
It's like
I will.
See, SJ came in at a good time because I cleaned house of the two major clowns that showed up earlier. That's fucking Donica, Maze's girlfriend over there, and Jaden, his boyfriend. So
don't insult my boyfriend.
No, here's the thing, right?
Go ahead.
Smaze and I have disputed this for 2 years, and we've decided that when Smaze is the boss, Jaden the retard and Donica the abrasive cunt get to be there. When I host the space, he said it's okay, if I
you're wearing the pants in the relationship tonight.
No,
I feel a lot safer. I'm just saying, no responsibility as the host. I feel safe.
Exactly. Like here's the thing. They don't like me, so why would they show up if I'm the host? They don't like me, like they hate me.
But you don't have to shoot them in the face as soon as they step in the door.
He's just trying to
Actually,
protect you.
Donica said she would rape me, so
Yeah, you honestly
that's
feel
not gonna
your
happen.
fear for your life.
That's never
You're
gonna
like
fucking
fucking.
I don't have to
That's never
pretend.
gonna fucking happen, bro.
No, but I don't have to pretend that I don't have to pretend that she is friendly to me at all.
You want to meet too, Donica? You want to be like fucking.
No, I just want to kill her. Jaden the same, but Jaden's all See, here's the thing.
See, but that's not even
No,
shocking
like
anymore.
dog,
That's not even shocking. You just want to
like
treat them like every other race trader and Jew and.
well, Jaden
you know.
is a race trader. He's a wigger. Like that's a 1-to-1 race trader. You can't even avoid that conversation. But Donica is actually more of a threat. I'll be honest than Jaden. Jaden's a pussy. It's a coward.
Well, she's a threat to your virgin asshole. That's what she's a threat towards.
Donica's actually
She's
like
a threat.
She's rich and she's the kind of person that could like get me whacked, right? So
Or
okay. Stop whacking off. Stop whacking off. We get it.
No, literally get me killed. She could. She has the money for it. So.
Or you'll get pink socked in a fucking camping trip. That's probably much more likely.
I'd push her and Valkyrie and Daisy Stormer, who I all caught in the space together, would just vanish in the thin fucking air. Or
do they all threaten to rape you? This is very strange.
Valkyrie
You're lumping them into with fucking.
Valkyrie fucked me over. Elle fucked Smaze over.
Smaze. Well, Smaze is not gay, so don't.
Donica's just an abrasive cunt, and Daisy Stormer's a miscegenating whore. So
my goal is to put a baby in Donica before Frontman kills her, because Frontman wouldn't kill her.
No, not if you're
he
the
cares
dad.
about you too much to kill her if you actually value her.
It's like a movie. It's a race.
Okay. So Smaze.
To prove that he loves you, he wouldn't kill her.
Stop it. Okay, one. Just because I'm actually friends with the guy doesn't mean like I have some goofy, weird obsession. I have other friends too. 1, 2.
I just said love. I didn't say you're in love with him. I just said you love him.
You just had this weird tinge about it. You think I have this obsession with him? Like I have fucking posters.
All I said was that you're gonna kidnap him and put him in a fucking baby seat and then feed him your cum.
Exactly. Harry is correct.
Frontman is
your
my best friend.
Your fucking teddy bear is not your friend. It's not real. So shut up.
I know, Donica. And that's exactly why I kept changing the title when she was in here. I was hoping she'd get the fucking hint.
Why are you calling him Donica now?
Because she does the same shit.
As the Bible
she does the same shit.
SJ's not threatening to rape you. Come on.
No, Donica did and has.
Yeah.
She said, "Frontman, I will rape you." That is a literal quote. 1-to-1 quote.
SJ's not saying that kind of shit. SJ's just fucking asking about fucking.
But he was telling me to shut the fuck
other.
up. Which, that's like the pitch, and then he's about to tee off.
Yes, any person I say shut the fuck up to, I'm putting a condom on as I'm saying it.
No,
because I know what's coming next.
No, when you tell me to shut the fuck up and then you lay into me righteously sometimes, that's serious. But when someone just says shut the fuck up out of nowhere, I don't like that shit.
What if he was like laughing uncontrollably for the 5 minutes beforehand and he was just trying to catch his breath?
That's a separate issue, Harry. Like, you and I don't get along very well, but that doesn't mean I dislike you.
I think we get along well.
Well, I mean, as well as people on Twitter can, yes, but that's just.
So, what are we talking about today, everybody?
Hello, Atticus.
Now we found the common enemy.
What are you talking about?
You want to destroy this faggot?
Atticus, my favorite groiper.
Who's talking?
No, Harry's a groiper. Atticus is a groiper. I'd love to hear them debate.
It's kind of soon way past my curfew. I'm gonna go to sleep. Just stopping by, seeing America First, guys. I will kill, rape, and die for Nicholas 3 times. America First is
I'm not a
another
groiper. I
one.
groped women on the subway. It's different.
I'm not gonna be here for this behavior.
I use that same approach when I talk to women.
Groping them on the subway.
Well,
No, talking about Nick Fuentes.
Nick who?
Nicholas J. Fuentes.
I didn't catch that last name.
Nicholas J. Fuentes.
Nigger Fuentes?
You are wrong, sir.
Niggerish J. Juventus.
Nigger Fences. That's all I'm getting. I got some guy named Nigger Fences.
No, I call him Nicholas Jew Fuentes. I mean, the J is just sitting right out there. It's so easy. I'm surprised nobody makes that one. I hear Juventus. I hear Catsuit Fuentes. I hear Spick Fuentes.
Spick Fuentes. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but no one ever does Nicholas Jew Fuentes, even though it's sitting out right there in the open. The J is just wide open for Jew.
Whoa. Please stop being anti-Semitic, please.
I'm not
But
anti-Semitic.
He means it as a compliment.
Please.
He means it as a
I'm
compliment.
anti-Jewish.
Oh,
I'm
thank you.
anti-Jewish.
Thank you.
I'm not
I
anti-Semitic.
appreciate
That's an
that.
insult.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Semites were one of the 12 tribes of Israel, so the Jews took that from us too. I'm anti-Jewish, not anti-Semitic.
Yeah, that'll help the ADL and the SPLC clarification.
Look, where in the fucking SPLC and ADL clarification does it say anything about anti-Jewishness? It's anti-Semitism.
I can't wait till Frontman gets big enough to be like, he said gas the kikes 47,000 times this year, and he said he was going to castrate.
You think I'm going to care? I'd rather die for the cause than live on my knees. Sorry.
Well, I think not wanting to castrate or sterilize children
I didn't
is like.
I didn't say sterilization. I guess would be a thing that would occur. I was just thinking.
Or chemical castration. That would be the most
you could fit more
humane.
of them you could fit more of them in the oven than the adults. So yeah.
Yeah, it's not even about hate. It's about efficiency.
No, I'm
it's
saying,
about what can the fucking.
It's not, I don't want to torture them. The people that need torturing and beatings and getting pissed on in public are the race traders. They can get lynched and pissed and shit on.
Why are you pissing on them? Why are you pissing?
Race traders? No, that's what they did to Mussolini. The race traders can be hung upside down and fucking pissed on and shit on and beaten to hell with bats and sticks and whatever else you can find. I don't care. Race traders.
I feel like you're just describing your fantasy, and then you're just like, no, it's for society's own good. It's not about me enjoying it.
Would be for our good. If race traders were gone too, then that would be.
Hey, I'm gonna go face fuck these traders over here in the corner. Nobody. Look, this is about taking back America. It has nothing to do with me enjoying it.
No, I don't want to take back America. America's the USA. It can fuck off for all I care. What I'm saying is that unbannable should be president. Like, you think I'm joking or that I'm being ironic? No, a person with his mindset, a person with his noble goals in mind, that's the kind of guy that should be running our country. I wish I was as smart as unbannable now as he is at 22. So,
I think you're selling yourself short, Frontman.
No, he's very well versed biblically. He understands why race and religion are the same thing, why that's so important. He keeps
you don't understand any of that, right? Where race is important and religion is important.
Not as well as him, no. I try to. That's why I talk with him as often as I can. I just can't talk to him at the moment. But
I think this is the only time I've ever seen you be like self-deprecating. Is to be like, I'm a fucking idiot. Like, it's refreshing almost.
Compared to Unbannable's knowledge, yeah. I mean, I'm not there, but I will be because I'm learning from other people.
Kidnap him and fucking make sure he teaches you without.
No, there's older white men that I talk to now that understand identity and will help me in my path to the knowledge.
Would you put out like a Craigslist ad and they responded?
No.
Put a bag over their head, drag them into the fucking dungeon.
Get a fucking group. There's people in there that are older, that are wiser, that have the better optics that you're talking about, and they're telling me which things I can say and which things I can't. Gas the kikes.
They recommended gas the kikes.
No, gas the kikes is something you can say because it's such a.
I thought kikes was a car. I thought we were just saying gas up the tank. What is it?
Right.
Isn't that what it means?
Right. It doesn't mean anything.
I was like Kia. It's like a Kia thing, right?
No.
The Kia kike.
It doesn't mean anything. It's like total nigger death. It doesn't actually mean anything.
This is like defund the police. This is the right-wing version of defund the police. It doesn't actually mean defund the police.
Yeah.
All right.
Defund the police. Yeah, defund the police is actually a joke.
Now, when I said gas I mean gas the kikes up, like give them an inflated ego. That's what I mean. Gas them up. Come on.
Harry, you belong.
No.
in
Here's what you don't
Massachusetts.
understand. No, see, here's what
Please
you don't
come up
understand. I'm not in Hollywood. I don't own like a fucking multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Yeah, like fucking SJ over here.
No, because if I did, I'd be saying the same thing, and I would be telling people to fuck off with an actual platform to stand on.
Can we write a movie, honestly? Because we already have the illustrator and let's say the.
No, I'm the ideas guy. Smaze would be a better storyteller to ground the story.
Oh no, he's the illustrator.
You'd probably be the one to get us across. No, you'd be the one that would sand off the edges to get us on the MPAA, because the movie that I would come up with would never make it through the MPAA.
Yeah, Hansel and Gretel just start building death camps right before they start.
Hansel and Gretel is one of the most. Actually, it might be the most based story ever written. It's literally about two white kids killing a Jewish woman. I mean, that is.
I don't know if they kill her. Did they kill her?
Yeah, they throw her in the oven. The original version, anyway, the Grimm Brothers fairy tale. Yes. Hansel and Gretel throw that bitch in the oven, and that's.
They like butter the floor and like fucking scoot her over. How do they fucking?
Oh, how did they get her in the oven?
Yeah. How do they get the leverage?
Oh.
I got it. They threw in some shekels in the oven, and she went diving in after it.
Well, they weren't shekels, but yeah, they threw some shit in there that made her go right after it, and then of course they closed the oven door on her when she jumped in.
They glued some quarters to the back of the oven, and they couldn't help themselves.
And of course, the oven was fucking already, preheated. So when she jumped in, that was it for her. So yeah.
But she didn't die, did she, front man? She lived on through the gas.
Well,
Russian dash cam videos.
In the German version of that tale from the 40s, yes,
sex slavery.
But in the Grimm Brothers version, no, she definitely died. I would know because I've read the story.
Did she cause climate change? Is it the carbon release? Is that why the fucking oceans rose from all the?
No, that was a one-off story. There were no sequels or any of that bullshit. She just dies, and they leave the candy house, and that's it. You go back home with their trail of breadcrumbs.
Hey.
Do they eat the house after it's all said and done? Like, what do you do with that?
The candy is the fucking. It's the Jewish like lies and magic. The candy poisons you and fucking then she eats you. That's what the original story is. You eat the candy, you get knocked out, and then the witch eats you.
What's the shit in mess?
Is that what happened to you, front man? Is this why you're so?
Not quite.
You escaped the clutches as well. Did you run into a fucking old bubby in a fucking woods? Come on, be honest.
TikTok.
No.
It's not your fault, front man. It's not your
TikTok has
fault.
its own streaming.
No, I don't actually care.
Where there's stop.
When it
It's not your
happens to
fault.
when it happens to guys, nobody cares. So, like, I don't really talk about it. So, anyway, there's a more.
It was Donica, wasn't it?
Yeah. She ever steps foot on my property, she's gonna get turned to fucking dust. But that's again a separate issue.
How are you gonna turn her to dust?
Well, red mist, and she'll fucking evaporate. My M2 saw will tear her in a fucking.
Dude, I hate when I hate dust.
Oh.
Your
she'll
name should be
basically-
Frontman. It should be M2 Saw.
Well, I have an XM5
That'd be
as well, but I don't know if she's worth the fucking ammo.
You don't deserve. You don't
I have to
deserve.
get to her before Frontman.
Or I might use one white phosphorus canister on her just to watch her.
Front man's
fucking blow.
homicidal rage will be quicker than your fucking coup.
No, I'm saying if she steps foot on my
No.
property, I'm not going to go seek her out. Why would I do that? That's dumb.
Yeah, you got to put up like no
No, I'm
trespassing
saying like
signs.
the moment. No, there's a few people. Like if Donica or Jaden ever showed up on my property, they'd be fucking dead.
You hate them on
One
equal.
Oh,
You
If
hate
you
them
one
with
step
equal
onto my
amounts?
property, one step onto my
I
property,
forgot that.
they're getting fucking clocked and then buried in my lake.
Even if they're trying to like sell you Girl Scout cookies.
Well, yeah, because I don't want Girl Scout cookies. I wouldn't want them on my property.
This is
I
what
made
she
that
said.
clear
What
to
if they
them.
come to
So if they did
apologize?
show up, no, see, in North Carolina, if you make it clear to someone in advance
Well, you didn't have to say the
that
state.
you don't
You
want
didn't
them
have
on your property, you actually can shoot them the moment they step on your property. In advance.
to, you didn't have to say the
that you
state.
don't
This is
want
why
them on
front
your
man
property.
lives there. He's like fucking checking the state allowances. He wants to make sure he can get a couple Trayvon Martins.
Oh, yeah, he knows the
Well, it won't be a
law.
Trayvon Martin. Everyone
Frontman,
thinks
the
I'm
law
crazy.
man.
Zimmerman, front man. Yeah, front man Zimmerman.
Yeah, everyone thinks I'm the crazy one until
We should just call you Zimmerman instead of front man.
yeah, except I'm not a fucking spick. So
Oh. Shadowing.
really though, I think Smays.
Get started. Boost your account security. How? Uh-huh. This is my friend. My friend is live. Hey, what's
So I
up?
thought you might like that one. Thought we'd put it out there. So, look, my take on this is good. Let's hear more of it. Let's get all the revelations out there. Dude, Philip's brother, where is it here? Philip's brother here, just last year. Dude, what happened with him? Well, he was convicted for 12 years. He's now behind bars. And he's going to be behind bars for a dozen years for noncing little boys, dude. Noncing little boys. So does it run in the family? I'm not saying that. But some people are suggesting there's rumours out there on the internet that I wouldn't want to repeat. That more revelations are set to emerge on this scandal very soon. And this is why people like Eamon Holmes now are coming out there and dumping the dirt. Because at the very most, Philip was having this young man as a bum boy when he was at most 18. So, and he's 58 years old, dude.
There you go.
What a dirty man. And I ask you, dude, Is that the face of somebody who knows more? Who knows more? What is going to be coming out next, dude? Like I say, I wouldn't like to say. I wouldn't like to guess. Hold on. I wouldn't like to guess. And of course, I'm not alleging anything. But I'm watching. Now, bring the whole house down is what I say. The whole institution of these programs that deliver the worst kind of paused takes, variety shows, blackety black, and gay, and all that kind of entertainment mixed with news and reality segments and cooking interspersed. It's all a toxic cancer upon our valuable community of housewives and neats. Okay? And so if it brings it down and these programs end up getting axed, then good. That's what I say, ladies and gentlemen. Now, his co-host here, Holly Willoughby, the very fit Holly Willoughby, she has also effectively denounced him. She did another show called Dancing with the Stars, I think, with him. Another one of these absolutely toxic shows for our community of neats and housewives there. And I don't think she's going to be returning to the show. I think that's it. She's going to attempt to distance herself from it. Kenny Smith Homeland Party here. Thanks for being here, dude. Official statement from the Homeland Party of the United Kingdom of Scotland Division states they met when he was 12. So, well, that's on Kenny Smith of the Homeland Party there. Thanks for bringing that information here. It's an unconfirmed rumour, but a statement there from the official head of the Homeland Party. That's interesting. Anyway, that's been your news update, everybody. All right. Appreciate you. I'll see you in a bit. Adios.
Okay. Nice stream. Abrupt. Very abrupt. Hold on, where are we? Who is here? Oh, Kathleen. Hello, Kathleen.
You have to unmute. I muted everyone. I'm sorry. I'm a fascist.
No, it's like Catholicism doesn't predate Christianity. Like Christianity came well before Catholicism, and so the fact that you think that all of this was based on Catholicism, it's
incorrect. We're Christians. We joined the Roman Catholic Church. You weren't listening. Go on.
No, that's not incorrect. That's the truth.
Yeah, we're Christians.
He's not talking about
we later joined the Roman Catholic Church.
Catholics were the first Christians.
Okay, hold on. No, let him. I want to hear his response.
I didn't say that.
No, Christianity came from it's a Bedouin religion that came from the earliest days. Catholicism came afterward.
Wait, you didn't finish that sentence and just change gears.
Okay.
Bedouins?
So it was basically people outside of Egypt that started believing in Christianity. And it started, before Christian ideas, before Christ, apparently. But
what are you talking about? Yeah, it was called Judaism.
Yeah, right. So, but this was also built on the back of Judaism, the whole Christian religion, And Catholicism didn't show up until well after the fact, until I think it was Constantine, or it was.
Okay, I don't want to listen to you. Go Google the Church of the Eastern Chaldeans and then come back. You're not listening, and you clearly don't
He's not
understand it. And I
talking
don't
just
want to hear
about your
your
church. He's
nonsense.
talking like in general and goes in the background.
Yeah, but he's just he wants to harp in on one thing that so he can
Yeah, so Christianity didn't show up before Jesus, right? I mean, that's kind of the whole point,
Yeah.
right? It was you had
It was monotheism. It's called monotheism.
Of
So we moved
course.
from being pagan moon worshippers and like idol worshippers to just worshiping a monotheistic spiritual God, and that was what Abraham did.
Okay. But do you understand that that came well before Catholicism and the Romans even?
Then Jesus was born, and then amongst the apostles, my church emerged from St. Thomas the Apostle. Then we were part of the Church of the East. We practiced Eastern Christianity, similar to Egyptian Orthodox, Eastern Orthodox, Greek Orthodox, Orthodox. That means traditional Christians. We've separated from the Church of the East and joined the Roman Catholic Church. So we are in full communion with the Roman Catholic Church and therefore called Catholic.
Right.
Does that, you get it now?
No, but
There's
originally the Catholic Church didn't want anything to do with Christianity. And that's why people like
Fuck it, I can't do this.
That's why
I
people
can't. I
like
don't know what
Jesus
you're
were
talking
persecuted.
Hey, hold on. Surya, he's gone. I couldn't deal with that.
I can't either. I was like, if you guys have the patience for it, go for it. I don't.
No, I didn't. I was trying to find my cigarettes. That's why it took me so long to mute him.
Do you mind? This is so difficult. I don't understand what is going on. It's very difficult for me. This is a commercial break. I would like to endorse Dove. Dove makes good soap and Dove makes good chocolate. Thank you. The commercial break is
Very
over
different
now.
companies. Nora, can I ask you a question? What's your opinion on Vatican II and like the Latin Mass versus the English?
The movie, the sequel, the Vatican one.
I've never been to a Latin Mass. I've heard it's really crazy and like really stern. I just like, I don't know though. Like this is because I have a lot of Catholic friends that like just I've gone to different types of Catholic churches, and I don't know. Yeah, my friend's dad was like, dude, we went to a Latin church today. It was wild. They're like so crazy. They're like really strict and stuff. I've been to the Vatican. Damn, the Catholic Church has hoarded all the good art in the world. I'll say that. Love it. Love the art. Besides that, I just think it's a crazy, powerful, like, it's like basically its own nation, and that's why it evades like international law. It is. It's a sovereign. It's basically sovereign. It's basically a sovereign entity under international law, and even land owned by the Roman Catholic Church is basically like it's almost like an embassy, like a Catholic Church, because it's not under the jurisdiction of the.
To me, about the Vatican is that their security service is one of the most well-trained intelligence services in the world.
Really?
It should be, dude. You know how much valuable stuff's in there? Everything
Yeah,
in
of
there.
course. And I wonder where half of it came from.
Oh no, yeah, I know. It's all fucking either they like forced artists into slavery or like stole. I don't know, dude. I don't care.
Well, I can tell you. Let's just go from 1939 to 1945 when their coffers went up.
Okay, I'm aware that everyone stole the Jews' art from, but
Okay, I'm just making. No, not you. You.
I know. I know the Roman Catholic Church probably did, but the Germans, everyone stole your guys' art and all your money and stuff. They have way too much art. Like they have way too much art. But I was like, damn, they have all the riches because they have all the art.
So, Chat, how's Carrie Lake doing out in your parts?
Is she still the duly elected governor?
Did you see that poor sad woman with her vest on that says Carrie Lake governor? You know, Chet, I got to argue with her in Mario Noffel's space. I did. I got to confront her, and it just reaffirmed my belief that she's a lunatic, right? I asked her a very simple question that anyone seeking political office in the United States should be able to answer in a crystal clear way. Miss Lake, although you may not like the rulings of the court, you accept their legitimacy. Well, we haven't found a judge that will do what needs to be done.
That is not how courts work, Carrie.
Well, I know that. And then I said, if the Supreme Court rejects out of hand, clearly they're not going to take up your case. But if you won't like that decision, but do you accept the legitimacy of the court, right, and the legitimacy of the ruling? Well, it's going to depend on how they rule. If they have the courage to do what needs to be done, that is scary.
That
That
is
is
very
scary.
scary, especially here in my home state. And yeah, no, I mean, I actually contacted the Maricopa County about some things, but yeah, she it's disappointing because actually in Arizona I would have liked to have a Republican governor. Given that that's been the vibe of that state. It's it's my home state, my birth state. It's been that way since I've always known it. And I like its constitutional Second Amendment rights concept that it has. It's a constitutional carry state. I love that. But Carrie Lake, unfortunately, just did not at all represent. I think the views of the majority of the people in Arizona, and she just lost too many people that way. And it shows more and more as she keeps going in this direction. I don't think there's any way for her to come back from it and even run back in that state again. To be honest.
Do y'all think that Mario Knopfwall is botting the listeners in his spaces?
So this is what I'll
Wait,
say,
Ben,
Chad.
real quick. One thing I'd like to just throw out there.
Yes.
In 2002 and 2006, Janet Napolitano was a Democrat who won, and in 2006 she won with 62% of the vote. From a governor perspective, Arizona had won 3 consecutive Republican governors from 10 through 18, 10, 14, 18. But it was not like a long-standing tradition that Republicans always had won the governorship. And the same was true for the Senate until the 90s through the 2010s, up until Sinema and Kelly.
Anyway, what was
I am definitely talking to the limit of my lifespan, which did begin in 1991.
what were you saying, Scatterbo?
Yes.
Asking if y'all think that Mario Knopfwall bots the listeners.
So I'll answer that for you. The answer is I don't know. I don't want to know. And this probably isn't the space to discuss anything related to Mario Knopfwall spaces.
I mean, I had a really interesting experience earlier. Is the thing.
Well, you can share your experience, but I'm not going to accuse anyone openly of anything. But I'd like to hear your experience.
Yeah, no worries. So I'm in a Nuance Bro space, and Zaganel is a common co-host of his.
Yeah, I get along with him very well. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, and Mario Knopfwall goes into a Zaganel space and
Wait,
comments
this is
on him.
2 days ago?
I think this was today. And so he comments on Zaganel's space saying, like, congrats on doing like good Twitter spaces or something like that. And he was saying that he wouldn't be able to come in with his official account, and that he ends up coming in.
Yeah, that was 2 days ago. Most of us were in there.
At some point he comments on it, and like the Twitter number, like the follower numbers, like go up like 400 within like a minute or something like that. And they were kind of like going up 100 followers like in 1 second, and the next second it'd be like 200 less, and the next second it'd be like 300 more, and it was just like very erratic numbers. And then in the Nuance Bro space, as we were talking about that story, the follower count went up from 140 to like 340 within like 1 second, and we were watching it like in real time. I think it went up to 600 at one point, and we were just watching the numbers get very erratic the entire time. And I don't know, it's just a very interesting thing. It was like we were thinking like, they're like, is there something to this bot narrative happening or something like that? Is what's going on here? So I was just saying that was like an interesting thing to
I mean,
witness to.
People have made that allegation. I don't know anything about botting or anything like this. Like, I'm not a tech guy, right? So the answer is I don't know. So I have no idea, and I don't think anyone in this room either knows or wishes to comment at this point. That would be my guess, but if someone else wants to say something, there is free speech.
Well, there is one thing that was interesting though too, is somebody had looked into how much it costs, and they were saying it's about $72 to get 500 bots listening to your space for 30 minutes. And so it's like, very fascinating. So
Interesting economy of botting.
Yeah.
That's interesting indeed. For how many bots did you say?
It was 500 for 30 minutes, and it's like about $72.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of like buying hookers.
Dude, I know it's expensive. Like Justin was playing around, and I think it's like 15 cents a listener for like 100 listeners for an hour. So it's like $15. I'm like, I'm not paying $15 just to look
There's
like
actual
cooler for an hour.
Wait, you're talking about bots, right? We're not.
Yeah, so it doesn't actually bot the space, so there's no glitchy, but the number appears as like that much, and so it gives your room that boost because you think that it
Really?
that's that number.
Yeah.
Wait, so like, is it like an after effect that you're talking about there, Nora, or
No, it just changes the
uh,
number and ups it by 100, and so on the algorithm, it also reads it as that having that many people, and the bigger the space, like the higher it appears, like in the top thing. If you're on your phone, the most left, and on the desktop, it actually gives that a boost and pushes it to the top. And people, when when people see a lot more people in space, they're more apt to be curious and want to come in. So it does that, but it doesn't actually bot the space.
Yeah, but the other thing
That's
that
very interesting.
they can use like web listeners or something like that. It's like I think kind of how they mostly come in. But you can also tell on some spaces there will be people coming in with like 0 followers, 0 following. And there were a lot of those that one of the guys screen recorded in the Zaganel space. So it was interesting.
How can you see if there is, because usually like when you scroll down, you don't actually see if there's like once I scroll down to the bottom, once you see like plus 500 more, whatever it says, right? I can't actually see anyone else who's listening.
Yeah, I mean those are web listeners. They're listening on the computer.
Yeah, you're a tech guy, aren't you, Chad? Yeah, you're a tech guy. You know this stuff.
Yeah, but I don't really like know the ins and outs of the Twitter
So
world. I mean, I
so
just
so basically,
been here.
if you're not logged into Twitter, or if you're blocked by the user or whatever, there's ways to get around the.
Yeah, you can just type in the address in your
Right.
on a desktop.
And
Yeah.
you can just listen to the space live as a listener without having your username pop out, but you'll still count as a listener, but not as a speaker.
And then there are like forked versions of the Twitter app that have been cracked that you can listen to spaces like surreptitiously and not show up as a listener on and stuff too. That's also another option.
Well, I mean, he has 400 and some odd thousand followers, right? I mean, I don't know how real. I don't think it's beyond. No, I mean, listen. So when he starts the space off, right, it always starts out with 600 listeners, and it goes 700, and so on, and it climbs slowly. The most I've ever seen it was when Elon Musk was in there, right? There was, I forget how many people, but on average.
Okay, let's try something. Let's create a space, music space. See if anyone joins. Hope airplane space. Music only space. Music only space. Music only space. Music only. Music space. Music space. Okay. Recorded? No. Start your space. Okay. Do you want to invite people? No, they have to be willingly converse about music. How do we then? Because we were not able to create this on the app on the desktop. Well then, like this, can we find our own space here on the desktop? They're all using the phone. I'm the only one using the desktop app. Yeah. Can't work. And space, yeah. So, yeah, I had issues. Elon, I had issues. Other technical issue, but you won't let me music space share view. Okay, let me tag Elon Musk. This is genuine. I'm not trying to be in Elon's stand. Elon Musk, huh? Elon Musk, please fix the desktop application. It is. Well, no. I can't space. Well, I can create a space. I can't create a space via desktop app. TikTok is way ahead of you. TikTok is way ahead of you. Just taunt him and see if we can get to work and fix this first. Razer cables are the best. So soft. I was logged into your account. Blah blah blah. Yes, it's me, Michelle Michelle. Michelle Booger Michelle is following you. Okay. Is she not followed? What is she into? Does she have any posts? Let's see. What are we dealing with? Where is her stuff? Well, let's follow her back. I'll follow back. Yeah, if anybody follows me. Overboy was so fucking smart. Uberboy was the best. Zerka is based. Zerka is a very based person. Women's chess. Oh, she's so cute. Oh. All right, Catherine, hit me.
Tell me which one via DM. I need to know.
Well, it's not. I mean, you can take
Or,
a guess
if you
which
feel
one.
comfortable saying it here, say
Well,
it here.
Well,
Have
I had
one
a
viewer
disagreement
on
with
YouTube.
Suleiman,
Hi, viewer on YouTube. How are
and
you?
so forth. I had a
Would you like to
disagreement
type something
because,
in the chat?
God Almighty, I don't want to rehash it here. I was right at the
I
end
don't
of the
even like
day.
that guy's voice. I don't go to Mara's
Oh
Spaces,
my God.
but I think I've heard
So
him for 30 seconds.
I'm not gonna. We can talk about it in DMs. At the end of the day, it's
I have
squashed.
nothing negative to say. I was just asking because I was wondering if it was another
Well,
person, but it's not.
Well, who did you think it was?
That I'll tell you via DMs because I have to pretend nice with this person.
Okay, well, send me the DM now because I'm very nosy and I want to know.
Well, one thing I did want to say there too is like, I mean, I've popped into Mario spaces and they don't seem
Type
like very
something in the
compelling or
chat. I see
interesting.
you.
So I was just kind of
You're
thinking like,
watching
well,
me
that
on
would make sense if he was
on YouTube.
botting. You know what I mean?
Type
I don't
something
know. I
in the
mean,
chat.
all I know
When
him
there's a
as is
slow
like he
night
just has
and
big
there's no
spaces.
spaces
Frames
that
per
like have more than
second.
200 people, and his space is 4,000,
Which is good.
Yeah.
kind of a little red
Full
flag.
resolution. Oh my
Yeah. And then they were
Or the fact
talking.
that his space that was just broadcasting, live streaming, Elon Musk's
Patrick, is
space
that
that he was
you,
hosting with David
asshole?
Sachs had
Patrick,
more
wait a minute. Is that you?
5.7 million listeners compared to 1.9 million that David Sachs and Elon Musk could pull. Yeah, I don't think that Mario is more powerful and has more engagement or more like fans than Elon Musk.
Yeah. The other thing though too that was interesting is we were talking about like, well, what would be the incentive to want to have to like pay for space listeners? And it was like, well, spaces haven't been monetized yet, you know, so maybe it's like the prospect of being able to make money
Well,
off of it
Chadigal,
in the
he gets a lot of
future.
people that come into his like residual spaces where he talks about crypto, and if he's like pumping crypto, I mean, that makes sense.
Grifting certain, yeah. Huh. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, Misha, hold on. Misha, go
The
ahead.
CEO of Twitter is also invested in crypto, so I'd imagine there's a mutual incentive there.
Misha.
Well, again, publicly I don't make accusations against people without, something in hand. And like I say, I had it out with one of his co-hosts, but it's fine now. I mean,
I had a friend named
yes.
Misha.
So yeah, Misha, what did you want to say?
Misha.
Yeah, I think well, it could be something crypto. I mean, I don't want to make an accusation like that, but like I've never heard him like pump something like that. I think like a good idea if you really want to know, like, and if you're looking to monetize spaces, like at a higher level, would be to like ask around his network and see if he's raising in some way. Like in fact, if you're trying to raise for something, if he was trying to raise capital for some sort of venture on Twitter Spaces, it wouldn't exactly be hidden, if you know what I mean. He might keep like plans under wrap on Twitter publicly. It's kind of like a weird thing to talk about, like trying to consolidate or centralize a group of creators in a way to try and, be first mover on possibly getting control over a lot of the Twitter spaces and whatnot. Like, he wouldn't talk about that a lot on Twitter, but if he was actually actively raising and he was close, I mean, you would probably hear whispers. So if you're really curious, I would say ask people that he tends to raise for his other projects or he tends to invest in.
Yeah, like I said, Matt's here. Mel Goldstein, Boker Tov. Like I say, Mario's been a gentleman with me. So I have nothing negative to say about
and there's
him or
nothing
her.
bad, Ben, just to be clear, there's nothing bad about him possibly raising money. Like, it's his life, it's his business.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, right, if he's choosing to do business and make his money, there's nothing wrong with that, right? The same with this whole Babylon Bee drama. That's a very weird thing to me. I don't understand it. The guy was in there, that Seth Dillon, he kind of, I don't know, what's your take on that? Like Nora, Chadical, Chat, what's your take on that, the whole Babylon Bee drama?
I just tend to not pay attention to things like that, to be honest. It's like if it's not affecting my life in a direct way, I find it hard to even build an opinion on it. Mostly because Babylon Bee is first of all, it's a humor site. If there's infighting or internal stuff, it's like inside baseball. It's almost like how I wouldn't expect most people to get too craps about what goes on in the internal workings of Wikipedia's administrative side.
What really happened? The guy got fired for like saying faggot or something like that. What was the?
No, it was what was it? Where's Catherine? She left. She could answer this. Hold on.
Oh, she said that her app was glitching. She'll be right back. She couldn't hear us.
Yeah, it was something that somebody said the F word or something, and it tweet. I'm not exact. Does anyone in here know exactly? I was listening to Space. I should have paid closer
I do know,
attention.
like, at least the familiarity of that side of it. That, like, it was like the guy said fucking something to someone, and he didn't like the fact that he
I
said
think
that.
it was like he attacked Christina Pushaw.
Yeah, I mean, the one answer that I guess it was Seth Dillon. Seth Dillon is he's the head of Babylon Bee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he said, no, it was something I've never taken any, and I've never taken any money from the DeSantis campaign. They've never asked us to do anything. We are a meme company. We're a satirical company. And then that Laura Loomer, who I can't stand, popped in, and she's like, I have the receipts. And he's like, no, you don't. She's like, yes, I do. I'll post them in the Jumbotron. He
Yeah,
left
she's
and she
attention
did.
seeking.
Oh, I can't stand that woman. However, I retweeted her because she called Marjorie Taylor Greene Trojan horse trash that was waiting to destroy the economy.
Okay, that
So
was good.
I'm sorry.
Gotta give credit where credit's due.
Absolutely, I can't stand Marjorie Taylor Greene at all. But whatever. So yeah, but I mean, she had the receipts, right? She actually, to her credit, she did post the receipts. He left, then he came back, and he said, why would you post our private conversations publicly? I thought you were a journalist. You told me this was off the record. She's like, I never said that. So clearly there's something odd going on there. I don't care. I mean, this Bumblebee, Babylon Bee, I'm too old for that. I don't know. So
I
are
think
you,
they post funny
Chatical.
headlines, so I follow them, but I didn't know about all this drama.
Maybe it's like a clout accumulation exercise. You know, it's like
Well,
you
no,
just
they're all
Isn't
gather
tied
up
all of
some
in.
it?
good press. You know.
Yeah. Kersey, Nursey, go ahead.
Hey, yeah, I think the basic premise was that the guy was he's a Trump supporter, and on his private page he was trashing DeSantis, Team DeSantis, and then I guess that Christina, he believes that Christina had something to do with his firing, and so I think that was the underlying story. But it went on for like 3 days. It was ridiculous.
But wasn't she like literally a registered foreign agent for Zelensky, I believe?
I think so. She
I
was
see.
pro Zelensky, I think, when he was elected initially.
Aren't they all?
Oh, God, Chatical.
That's so true.
Benjamin, I don't know if it was exactly for Zelensky as much as it was. I know she did work in Ukraine in some way, but like she worked with the
Face of
president of
surveillance,
Georgia. I know
the face
that.
of
Yeah,
arresting people in
Mikashvili,
speech
yes,
is
something
now
to do
going to
with
be
that, yeah.
Jewish.
To be fair, though,
And
I
so
will say
that's what
one
the
thing.
ADL is
Like,
doing, is literally
she
being
didn't
paid
hide a
to
lot of this stuff.
scapegoat
I mean, some of this
Jews
stuff
and
I
to
don't think is
make
online on
them
our blog
the
anymore. But I will
archetypal
say, like,
villain for the eugenic
I
space,
was doing some stuff in
depopulation, New
Florida.
World Order, globalist system.
I looked
Of
into who's this
censorship, the
woman
face
that's
of
tweeting a lot
surveillance,
on the
the
governor's
face of
behalf,
arrest.
and like, her history was online. I do think that like she probably should have registered before she started. I mean, but like she is only like what 31, 32 years old, and some of these cases do happen. So I,
Watson.
again, I'm not even supporting DeSantis, but like I
Some
don't think
people.
Christina Pushaw is a bad woman. I don't think that
I
she's
will
like
give you a
some
wrench if
sort
you
of
talk.
spy.
No,
Like,
so
I think
so
that's
when someone's a foreign agent, that just means she works for a lobbying firm and that she was lobbying on behalf of the government, like paid
right,
to do so.
exactly.
Like, there's
Right,
nothing
like
nefarious
exactly.
about that.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying, Sean. And, like all the stuff that was in that Washington Post article, really, outside the fact that like she should have registered or filled out this form, essentially, was like stuff that was public. She was writing about it. Like it was clear she was like formally like working in some way with the president of Georgia.
Yeah, the
Like,
only thing
and a lot
that
of
I can
people,
ascertain.
pretty much all of them, Sean, just to close off my point, like pretty much all the big influencers and stuff you see for the most part that are doing at least some sort of American lobbying often do some sort of international lobbying. So like this is very common. Most of the people you see on Twitter that are making money in some way are probably also registered foreign agents for another government or in their country.
Yeah, there should be more disclosure for that kind of stuff. But I think I'm a little bit surprised that the firing happened so publicly. That probably wasn't the best thing, but I do think that the level, I mean, the level of interest in public lashing that happened was just a little bit much, and does seem to have more to do with the political nature of it than actually, like, I don't think there would be any interest to it if it happened and it wasn't because like there were Trump supporters and he's he's perceived to support DeSantis. So I think it was all like political mishmash, and it's just kind of crazy to kind of observe the level of like vitriol that's happening between people who are like literally in the same party. It's kind of unbelievable. I mean, not be a member of that party. I'm just shocked to kind of watch that unfold.
Yeah, BP, go ahead.
Well, I think, like, when we talk about foreign agents, I think that, first of all, the most important thing you can do, register yourself. Say, hey, I'm lobbying for this group. This is who I'm with. They have foreign interests. This is what they want. And they're paying me to do so. If you do that, that's fine. Then everyone knows what you're about. Everyone knows that's what you're about. That's what you're doing.
She
So on
did,
and so
though.
forth. Okay, she did. And now, Pushaw is working on a presidential campaign. So, the fair critique is this. You lobbied for them. Who's to say you're not still in their pocket? That's a fair critique. That's a fair question.
No, that's silly.
No, it's not silly. It's
Hold
not
on, so
silly.
hold on. So somebody wants to request. Is there anyone that's done speaking so I can bring this Muhammad? I can't say the last name up. Is there
Yeah,
anyone?
I'll jump off and go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm going to jump off in a moment soon. Okay, Catherine, we'll chat tomorrow.
It's not silly because, look, once you enter a transactional relationship with somebody, it never ends. Like it never ends until someone, and even if someone gets the upper hand in it, the person with the lower hand can try to blow up the situation. There's always an angle. In any transactional relationship, there's always an angle.
I didn't do that. Who muted everyone?
Must have been me on accident.
I was saying, it if you're saying it's silly what I said, any transactional relationship, there's always an angle on either side. And once you enter a transactional relationship where it's like, okay, I'll lobby for you if you give me X amount. Okay, well, you have a working relationship. They learn things about you. You learn things about them. That creates leverage. Then you go work for a candidate, let's say. You learn things about them. They learn things about you. Leverage. Like, this idea that doesn't happen, that leverage doesn't exist, that, like, the minute someone does lobbying for a foreign entity, that is compromising. It creates an avenue where they can be leveraged in a way that other domestic operatives are not vulnerable to. That doesn't mean they will be, but they can be. To say they can't be is unrealistic.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, geveeltij rabotai. Anyone else have anything interesting to add, or any other drama?
I'll just say.
Oh, I have drama. I've got beef. I've got beef with you, Benjamin, in fact.
Let's sourire. What were we going to say, Chet? Chet, were you talking?
No, that was Matthew, I think, about to talk.
Oh, yeah, Matthew. Hey, how are you?
I'm just going to end off on this note and head out of here. But I do want to comment one more time about this bot situation. it's more so not that these people are trying to do it for their own clout or make money. That's not a problem. The problem is that when someone sees that the space is filled and this is the space to be in, Matt Gaetz is in here or someone of high influence in the country, and then we got people who might be foreign operatives or might not be, and it's just kind of drawing conclusions. What kind of conversations are being held on spaces that could be dangerous to national security, and that could go either way.
What type of dogs do you have? I heard them barking.
I got a couple Huskies and a German Shepherd Rock.
I have 2 Saint Bernards.
That is badass.
Yeah, they're giant.
But what do you mean by a foreign operative?
So, like when you guys say they're taking money or lobbying, or like if they got influence, say China is trying to throw propaganda our way, or they want to influence us a certain direction, they're going to send people into these rooms that are not monitored, and we have to kind of navigate carefully and say things that are not going to danger our country, because this is a very dangerous time where free speech, we can say whatever we want, and there's a lot of people who are saying a little bit too much. So there's people who are catching on to that in other countries who are threats, and they're paying attention. And I've been monitoring this crap, and it's bugging the crap out of me, because people are just getting in a space and they're listening to Matt Gaetz speak, but half those people aren't even real. And then you got Mario. I don't even know who this guy is, but he doesn't sound genuine. Like he sounds like he's trying to scam the world. Like he's doing the same tactic.
I don't know about that.
To me, it's the same tactic as mainstream media. Like this whole coronavirus push, COVID, it's like the same thing.
So, one thing I will say from focus group results that I have seen through political mechanisms, basically, whether it be Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, if you go down the ethnic line, like if you ask certain ethnic groups, people's ancestry is ethnic, if you ask them about Ukraine, Russia, for example, if they're Finnish, Polish, Slavic, those types of backgrounds, they're going to be much more inclined to say support Ukraine at all costs than other groups. Shouldn't be surprised, but that's true based on early focus research and data that's available. And
go ahead.
And I think like people try to monopolize like viewpoints, and like those groups are relatively isolated within the country, but where they're isolated is in certain states that I think we could all agree are relatively important. And I feel like a lot of people try to say, oh, like one group is this, one group is that. And I think that's a deep misunderstanding of how things actually work. But that's my take.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're right. I mean, clearly, but just back to Mario Naufel. I mean, what I can say is this, right?
I just want to say goodbye. I'm about to head off to the airport.
Okay, Sean, have a safe flight.
Sean, have a safe flight. Have a good night.
Don't end up in Syria.
Sean, by the way, Sean, before you go, thanks for sticking up for me earlier. They were very mean, as you know.
Always, BP, always. All right, see you guys.
Yeah. No, what I'll say about Mario Nawfal is this, right? So people have a whole bunch of allegations, but I haven't seen anyone bring forth anything tangible. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he hosts spaces in which high-profile people go in and look. If we're going to be very blunt, right? I mean, I personally have spoken to people who I would never have access to. I've wanted to confront Carrie Lake for a long time, right? Ever since she lost for the fifth time. And I got the opportunity to do that, right? I was able to speak with Rudy Giuliani. I was able to speak with Matt Gaetz. I was able to speak with Lauren Boebert. I was able to speak with Seb Gorka, Michael Flynn. I mean, so I really can't complain about Mario. I really can't, right? I mean, if other people want to make allegations, that's their allegations, but that's my basic takeaway. I just
Does he
I
still have Charles Johnson speaking of spaces?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. That he wasn't present for that space. It was open. He has a team that opens his accounts for him there, starts the space and so forth. But no, he doesn't. That's no, he doesn't.
So
Yeah,
what's happening
poor
with
Trav.
Suleiman? You know, are we going to be able to?
So how about this? How about this? I don't want to talk about any of his co-hosts or anything like that. So we'll just leave it at that, right?
Sounds good.
I
I
don't.
feel like everyone's
Yeah.
afraid of legal discourse from this guy Mario, and it's kind of sketchy. Like, honestly, fuck that guy. Shady.
Well, listen, and people are look. He's done nothing wrong to me, right? I mean, it's just what can I say? Uh, I don't know. I mean, if somebody has a complaint, you know, there are many agencies and courts and so forth that are completely at their disposal. It is not that hard to launch a complaint, to request an investigation to be launched, and thus far, I mean, I have to believe at some point these high-profile people, including Elon Musk, are perfectly capable of vetting with the spaces that they're going into. So I'll leave it at that. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Um, yeah. So, Chet, what's up?
Wow, it's late.
So when are you going to Israel?
I want to make my first Aliyah. I know we're planning, first of all, on going there my wife's 30th birthday, which isn't too far from now. It's about a year and a half or so from now. So it might be then. But hell, I mean, I've also thought about actually moving there, too. So who knows what might happen.
You want to move? You want to actually make Aliyah and go, eh? Olim Chadashim, really? New immigrants.
Yeah,
Wow.
me and my wife have talked about it for quite a bit now. Yeah.
What part of Israel do you want to settle in?
That we really haven't decided on. I think we'd have to get a feel of the land. You know, get there.
Have you been?
Huh?
Have you been there before?
Not yet. No, not yet. I can't wait to go.
Yeah, you'll love it. It's I mean, I haven't lived there in about 100 years, but it's
100 years. I didn't know you were that old. No.
I'm not that old. You know how old I am, but I only look like I'm 25. No, Israel is it's a beautiful country. It's a wonderful country, and it's not an easy country to live in, right? There's a couple Israelis in the room now. I'd love for Daniel to come up to speak. Ayal, if you want to
We
come
love a
speak.
good challenge, so that's yeah. I love a good place like that, and I love the fact that they have mandatory conscription. I think that's something we should have over here for 2 years, even if it's not in the military. You should do some type of community service, or something. But
Yeah, independent. Hey, how are you? You requested.
Hey, yeah, not anything really specific to say. Just tuning in. Let you guys go with your conversation, and thanks for letting me join.
Well, it shifted. Yeah, it shifted from. Oh God, it's kind of gone all over the place. Now we're talking about Chet making Aliyah and moving to Israel. So that's pretty much. No, you should go, Chet. Go visit. Take your wife and go visit. I mean, it's paradise, right? It's not an easy country, but it's there's nowhere else like it in the world, right? Of course, it's Israel. It's a bayit.
yeah, my heart feels drawn to it. So yeah. Funnily
Of
enough,
course.
tell you how I ended up, even going down the path of it. It was funnily enough to start out with gematria and the number 8,
Yep.
because chet and 8 are similar, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, and that just piqued my curiosity. It's the first thing that piqued my curiosity. Then I learned about the Sephirot, or Sephira, or Sephira, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I always get the emphasis wrong. But yeah, that was actually what really drew me in. It was like, oh wow, okay, this is actually hitting the points hard. And the funny thing is the reason why that drew me in before anything else is because I was raised in a insanely religious home as a kid, Mormon. And taught my dad was a prophet, and the whole world was evil. I wasn't allowed to have friends. It was crazy, 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 crazy. I mean, 2 of my brothers were killed by my dad. So I had a very bad taste of religion. The Bible was something I didn't want to pick up because I was forced to read it 12 times all the way from the front to back. The Christian Bible. And yeah, so I left religion altogether until coming back at it from a more logical perspective. And funnily enough, that's why I like Judaism so much. It's logical. I can question, and it makes me happy.
So the Mormons are kind of like the witnesses, right? They go door to door, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, no. Oh boy.
It's bad because
So
I help to like troll them when they do it. I'm sorry.
I moved to Canada at the end of 2016, early 2017, and from New York, and my parents came to visit me, and they are very, very, my father is very, very stereotypical Israeli, right? No filter, very blunt. He's talking like this. What the problem? I think you're stupid. And oh God Almighty! So Mormons. It was early in the morning. It was we were upstairs. My father was downstairs having coffee, and Mormons came to the door. And I heard this talking and shouting downstairs. And I came downstairs, and in my bathroom, there's my father with a cigarette in one hand, a coffee in the other hand, yelling at these 2 Mormon guys. They were almost in tears. They're like, I know the religion better than you. Everything you're preaching is wrong. Here's why you're wrong. Sit down, have a coffee. We're going to get you straightened out. We don't want you to be Jewish, but you can be a Christian or something else. We don't want you either. Go. And these poor people, like, he's like, look, you have a prophecy in the book of Isaiah. It's not true. You think it's talk about the virgin, right? It's not true. The word for virgin is bitullah. It's not say that in the Torah, in the Bible, in Isaiah. Is these poor people, they were weeping almost, right? My father systematically, like, destroyed the religious beliefs right in front of you. The poor guy, you could see the blood drain from his face with his white shirt and everything. And
wasn't able to knock on another door for a while.
no, and it just, I felt so bad. I'm like, gentlemen, do you want a coffee? And he looked at me, he's like, no, who is this? Who is this man? I'm like,
no,
it's
he
my
already
father.
offered.
You know, just the way he said it, I was like, look, your religion is wrong. We don't want you in Judaism, but you go for, maybe go something else, but not Mormon. You're wrong. There's no gold books. Well, no, there's no gold plates. The prophet Joe Smith is not real. The
Are you
Garden of
sure
Eden
that
was,
when you
yeah.
to the
The
hatch,
Garden of Eden, the Garden of Eden was not in Missouri. Moses did not populate Michigan. The Garden of Eden.
I'm not gonna type something, so I'm gonna leave. Play the next game on my own. Enjoy it. Alright. It's my siesta time, by the way.